Thank you so much for watching Landumc Goes There. Please subscribe and hit the like button and the bell notification button. In 1992, we got the pleasure of being introduced to an American legal drama film called A Few Good Men. The movie was based on a play from 1989 done by Aaron Sorkin. The screenplay was done by Sorkin himself, and the movie was directed by Rob Reiner and produced by Reiner also. The film stars an ensemble cast, including Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, Demi Moore, Kevin Bacon, Kevin Pollak, J.T. Walsh, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Kiefer Sutherland. The film's storyline follows Marine Private First Class William Santiago, who is performing below expectations at Guantanamo Bay. He dies under mysterious circumstances following what's called a Code Red, ordered by his fellow platoon members, Lance Corporal Harold Dawson and Private First Class Landon Downey. Both of these individuals face murder charges in connection with his death, and Lieutenant Daniel Caffey has been appointed as the lead defense attorney for the case. He's also joined by Lieutenant Sam Weinberg and Lieutenant Commander Joanne Galloway to help his defense efforts. Opposing them are Colonel Nathan Jessup, a stern Marine with undisclosed motives, and Lieutenant Jonathan Kendrick, Santiago's strict and watchful platoon leader. The movie chronicles the challenges faced by Caffey, Galloway, and Weinberg as they endeavor to establish their client's innocence in face of the prosecution. Screenwriter Sorkin was inspired to write the source play that he did with the same title from a phone conversation that he had with his sister Deborah. She was a graduate of Boston University Law School, and she had signed up for a 3-year stint with the U.S. Navy Judge Advocate General's Corps. She told her brother that she was going to Guantanamo Bay to defend a group of Marines who had nearly killed a fellow Marine in a hazing ordered by a superior officer. While the movie doesn't inform its audience that it's all inspired by a true story, many of the facts of the case that Deborah Sorkin was involved in are directly included in the play and the film. This later led to a lawsuit against Castle Rock Entertainment by the real-life Marines whose actions inspired the story. In reality, a Code Red was allegedly ordered in September of 1986 against PFC William Alvarado, who had written letters to a Texas congressman and others complaining of the poor conditions and the illegal activities that were happening on the base, including Marines firing shots across the fence into Cuba. PFC Alvarado, like his on-screen counterpart, was perceived as not one of the team and requested a transfer off the base. This information ended up reaching the commanding officer, Colonel Samuel Adams, who elected not to transfer Alvarado despite the concerns that the Marines' violation of the chain of command would put him in danger. One night, a group of Marines, known as the 10, chose to perform a Code Red on him. This is a term that the Marines apparently used to refer to hazing at the time. During this process, his lungs filled up with fluid, and he began to spit up blood, and he turned purple and lost consciousness. Alvarado was then taken to an infirmary before being transferred to a hospital in Miami, Florida, where he, unlike Private Santiago in the movie made a full recovery. TriStar Pictures produced the movie, and before they got started, they instructed the screenwriter Sorkin to make several changes to the story. One of them being that he needed to include a sex scene between Kathy and Galloway in the script. As this was his first screenplay, he did write it, and although he strongly didn't want to do it, he included it in the movie's script, but it wasn't in the play version. But when Rob Reiner came along to direct the film, he used his clout against the studio to toss the screenplay and start over again. You see, Reiner had seen the original play and absolutely loved it, and he felt that adding a sexual encounter added nothing to the story and was just a cheap Hollywood thrill tactic. Tom Cruise's Jack Nicholson impersonation that he does during the movie when he's quoting Colonel Jessup was not scripted at all. And what you see in Demi Moore's and Kevin Pollak's reactions are completely genuine. When searching for an appropriate setting for the trial to take place, the producers learned that the regular military courtrooms are completely plain and featureless offices. In order to create a more photogenic setting, they settled on a vacant courtroom in an empty courthouse. Demi Moore reportedly agreed to negotiate her $3 million usual asking price down to $2 million because she was competing with Jodie Foster and Linda Hamilton for this role. She wanted this film badly, but she had one problem. At the time of the audition, she was 7.5 months pregnant. She looked like she was about to explode. She waddled into the audition, and Tom Cruise was mortified by this fact, and his jaw fell open. Looking past that, she was hired and had given birth to her daughter by the time filming began. She also says that working with this iconic actor of Jack Nicholson was one of the most unbelievable experiences in her life, being an actor that she had grown up watching and had so much respect for. Go back and watch this fabulous movie. It's a good one. Nicholson and the rest of the cast knocked this one out of the park. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue to chase the classics.